Hi, welcome to the season premiere of We're Done Here pod. I'm here with Glorelys, Mora.
Hi, Meka. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yay,
I've been seeing you doing your thing all over the scene. I'm very proud of you.
Girl, you are doing good. Glorelys is everywhere. Like, you have a podcast too, right?
I do, girl. Let me tell you, I'm me too. I'm feel by me too, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So Glorelys is a New York City comedian, but she left, but we'll get into that later. But Dominican, Washington Heights, born and raised, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a Gemini.
Okay. And she's always talking about her side. I'm super excited to have you here. So tell them a little bit about yourself. You have been everywhere, blowing up the scene. I've been watching you for years.
I have been blowing up the scene. I think when I first got started, I was bullied a lot. I think when you're a woman in comedy, people be kind of like mean to you, and they realize, oh, you're that bitch, and they just stop.
Oh yeah, that's true. You do gotta let them know you that bitch.
Yeah. But I started comedy. I actually used to work down the block before, like my last job before I started comedy.
Really?
Yeah, I had I was doing I was working in pharma, big pharma, social media.
Okay.
Very, very slow. And my client, we just ended up getting laid off, everybody on that account.
Oh.
Yeah, because the client wasn't working with us anymore. And I don't know, I kept asking myself, this was after I told my boss to suck my dick at the previous job.
Okay, you told your boss to suck your dick at the previous job. Okay.
At the advertising agency. I've been in the market. Yeah, because it was a long story. We had to tighten up. But this was my last job before I started comedy. I knew I got laid off. I was getting laid off. I was like, I need to do something because I've been giving myself to the advertising world for over 7 years. And I have nothing but just trauma. From microaggressions, all that stuff. I'm about to get real Dominican. Microaggressions. Microaggressions, just like navigating that world I feel like before the pandemic, there were a lot of things that people were doing that wasn't really brought to light.
Yeah,
and I went through that kind of like last period before they had the whole like DEI, like, we're better.
Yeah. So basically the white people were working your nerves.
Yeah, 100%. But it was like at the point where it's like, people be like, don't quit your job until you have something lined up. It was so bad where I was having like I was just going through like a mental health issues of like, I just can't do this anymore. I'm gonna slap the shit out of somebody.
And basically this particular street being where we shoot the podcast brought back PTSD.
This last job wasn't as bad. It was just my last straw of like. So after I quit my job, I got another job. This was before I started going to comedy full time.
Yeah.
And I was just really depressed. Like it was just really hard to get here to this side of the city. Now it's easier. I was downtown getting my global entry, so like I was already down the block.
She's
but
good.
Yeah, right. My grandma would be so proud of me. But
global entry. That's cute. But not everybody got it. It feels like anyway.
Yeah,
it's cute though.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on like my American status. Like I got an Amex card now.
Nice.
Yeah, like girl, like I'm
points. Yes.
I learned from you that she was always like, I gotta get these Uber for my points. I was like, let me get my life together. That's why you need to be around good people because you really become the sum of 5 people you spend
That's
time
how I'm going to Mexico. I booked my hotel with my points. See, you gotta do it like that, girl. But let's stay on topic. Sorry.
No, but long story short, after this last job, I was like, I gotta do something for myself. And I just went into comedy. I was on unemployment.
So, unemployment? Yeah. Unemployment? Shout out to unemployment. But we don't get paid enough here in New York.
Well, it was before the pandemic, before the scams.
Got it. Oh, wait. Did you get those $600?
Yes, I was getting $600 before. It was cool. And I was like, okay, this is the one time in my life that I get to have like a little bit of freedom.
Yes.
I'm going to go all the way into comedy. That's why I started producing shows because I needed to make money. Everyone just thinks I'm a good producer. I was like, no, it was survival.
God, you've been producing. Glorie's birthday is a national comedy holiday. I mean, everybody comes out. I feel like all Washington Heights is there, like all of comedy is there.
Everybody. But so I was like, okay, if I'm going to go ham for the next 6 months, because that's how much you have for unemployment. If it doesn't go well, I'm going to quit because I have self-awareness. And if it goes well, I get some kind of sign I should be doing it, I'm going to just do it. But it was like that one like window gap. I feel like the universe caused me to get laid off on purpose. Because they knew that if I didn't have a push, I would still be in the marketing industry.
Got it. So now you're doing comedy full time.
Comedy. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I do it part time because I have a full time job.
Oh, that's right. And when you work in entertainment.
Yeah, but let's not name drop. But I went back to work only because during the pandemic, I was like super broke, and I was like, let me just have something where I have some stability, but still can do comedy.
No, comedy isn't paying enough to live the lifestyle we trying to live.
But when I first started, I was doing it full time. So I was able to like expedite a lot of things in my career. So that's why I was like, how do you get everything done? I'm like, I had already established myself before I went back to work. So now I get to pick and choose like what shows I want to do or like what things I want to participate in.
Got
if that makes sense.
Like so you've been doing a lot. We just wrapped the New York Comedy Festival here in New York. And tell us what that show was about, the show that you did.
So for the New York Comedy Festival, we submitted the show called called Morir Soñando, which is an all Dominican show. But usually we have like a cousin of the show, so it's a Dominican lineup, but we still try to include everybody in there because, you know, that's really important to me. Yeah. Growing up uptown in New York. But for this show, because we did it at the United Palace, which is a big theater. It used to be a Lowe's.
It looks great.
Yeah. I know, the pictures look good, right? It's like very magical.
Like, yeah. Okay, so sold out.
This theater is a huge theater in our community, and a lot of the people from the community haven't been inside of it, including myself.
Really?
Yeah. So like they have a lot of artists that come through.
I saw like a band there a couple years ago. Okay.
But it's like you have to have money to go watch these shows.
I went with some white people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a very privileged experience. And I was like, you know, this comedy show belongs uptown. This comedy show belongs in this theater. Yeah. And we talked to the CEO. He was like, we're going to give you a chance. If it goes well, we keep doing it. You know, and I was like, trust me. It's me.
You had a killer lineup, though. You had, who's your...
Ian Lara, Ida Rodriguez, Gaston Armonte, Julio Diaz, who was a finalist for New York's Funniest, Sasha, D Nasty, myself. I hope I'm not missing anybody. That was the whole lineup.
No, that was the whole...
Mr. Nueva York. So,
okay.
And it was also important, the way we curate it, is that, you know, whenever you do like a show that's for the culture, people always want to pretend that there's only one type of that person.
Yeah, you want to make sure there's different representation.
Everybody that went up had a different experience when it came to the Dominican culture. And like a lot of it wasn't us like I think sometimes we do like shows for the culture. It's it can get a little bit like stereotypical. And I don't think anybody really like mentioned, it was just like we were just doing comedy. We happened to be Dominican. And I think that's very important in my journey. Like I love my culture. I love what I represent. Yeah. But it was also like I'm also just a regular bitch that just happens to be of this community.
No, that makes sense.
So, and I know we're talking about moving, and I feel like it was my gift to Uptown before I moved to LA. So
so that's why we're here today, because as we talk about your comedy journey, it has led you away from New York City.
Temporarily. We'll
okay.
Damn, you made it seem like I betrayed New York.
I didn't say that. Okay. I'm just saying, the couple of times I've been to LA, you've been there.
Yeah.
So you're bi-coastal now, or you're kind of gone. Let's be honest. Yeah. You've moved. Yes. I don't know what you're fronting for. But moving.
I'm a Gemini.
This is.
Yeah, I can't commit. Sorry.
This is We're Done Here podcast, and we do like to talk about certain issues. Moving is a big deal. No one ever talks about how it takes people a long time to adjust when it comes to moving.
Right. One, moving out of your apartment, you don't realize how much shit you have.
Oh, that's a mess.
I don't got anything. And then you go through your stuff, and I don't know what kind of like energy shit is, but it's very heavy. Like
it is.
Just moving. And I was like, just doing that by itself, moving all my shit to a U-Haul, whatever, storage. So a lot of my stuff is still here.
But wait, let's take a step back, because I like to give our listeners like some insight. What was what made you move? Because you've been doing new comedy in New York now for a couple of years now, and so what made you take that leap out to the West Coast?
Once again, like the same way I got laid off, I don't think I would have done it if I didn't get a little push from the universe. Okay. So I got this job. I actually earlier this year I was recording I had sold this sketch series to a network called Hood Scopes. Okay. And I was recording it inside the studio. That same day, they were doing auditions for a podcast. They were doing like a chemistry test to see who works. And they asked me to audition. And I was like, I never get picked for this type of shit, because it was a Latina podcast. Obviously, I talk about other things, but it was Latina based. Everybody was supposed to be from the culture. And I'm like, when it comes to Latinidad, and that's why I start my own shit, because I never feel included.
Why is that? Why you don't think you feel?
It's a long story. We're going to get to that in part 2. I think a lot of the Latino content that's out there is driven by Mexican American experiences. Yeah. So like whenever I do a competition or whatever, it's like, oh, you're not. They don't
really understand the Dominican point of view.
Bigger than Dominican, the Caribbean and South American. Yes. Like in New York, we see all of that. But in LA, now that I'm there, I'm like, we don't really see that kind of representation, Latinidad. So I was like, no wonder they're not making TV shows about us. They don't even know we're out here. Like, LA really is a bubble. It's very self-centered.
No, I got that.
It's been...
So you were auditioning, and
I auditioned, and then I got called, and I was like, if I get this job, I'm going to just take it as a sign that I should be over there. Oh. So I was like, I looked at myself where I'm in my comedy career, and I think, like, everybody reflects, and I'm like...
Yeah, we be looking back, like...
Yeah, I'm like, am I doing what I want to do? Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think I'm at a point where I want to record a special yet. Like, I still have so much work to do. Yeah. But I'm past at almost every club. People in the scene know who I am. Yeah. I'm a certified comedian.
Also, her birthday's a national holiday.
Yeah, and my birthday's a national holiday. So I was like, New York is going to be here. And they always say, don't move to LA unless they call you.
That's true. So, I ain't going unless somebody give me a call.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go for this. I can still transfer with my job. So my job is based in New York and LA. Okay. So I'm not going out there just completely like,
I get it.
No
That's
safety
cute.
net.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try it. I've never lived outside of New York ever. I've only done like study abroad for like a month or like.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I went to college for 4 years, but kept coming back every weekend. So I'm like, let me just try it out. If I don't like it, I'm gonna come right back to my mom's house. Okay. But you know, who knows? Let me just try it. I don't got no kids. I don't got a man.
Yeah.
So it was more like I kind of want to go check it out. And
okay, so and you've been checking it out because I was in LA a couple of weeks ago.
Every time you go, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so like we was having a cute time. You've been checking it out. It's been cute.
But I'm not like fully adjusted. Like people are like, oh, I'm gonna go visit you. I'm like, yo, it's gonna take me a while to figure this shit out. Like if you're my close friend, obviously come visit me. You can sit on the couch. I'm not in the best situation for me yet.
Got it.
I don't like sometimes when it comes to other people, they be like trying to volunteer themselves.
No. It's like, girl,
and I'm like, we're not even that close.
Yeah,
but like
that's weird.
for like you or Nika, you know, name dropping my friends. You guys can definitely come visit me because you guys are my friends.
And shout out to Nika. She did our season finale of the pod, season 2. Yes.
So that's why I moved out there, for the opportunity, but also for personal reasons. Like comedy, I'm doing comedy every single night of the week. And I just felt like I didn't have balance in my life. So I'm like, I just felt kind of like mentally drained.
New York is draining because we have to be outside like every single day.
Every day, and you don't know if people like you, whatever. And I'm just like, I just need a break a little bit.
So how is LA different?
LA's different because you need to pay every time you leave your house. Like, legitimately.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, like...
But you gotta pay here, too. But we can take $2 on the train.
You can take the train if you need to get around, but LA, like, you have to take I have to take an Uber everywhere. I don't have a license or a permit. Like,
me neither.
I'm behind. I got global entry, but no permit, okay, baby?
Same.
Yeah, sorry. But it's just a little different because I mean, I feel like in New York... I feel like people are real here. Like, it's like, if they say they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you, whatever. Yeah, like, but in LA, like, they'll be like, no, they'll just look in your face and, like, not fuck with you. But they're so nice to you. They're like, there's no reason why to get that
like
thing.
That.
So that's kind of mind-fucky for me, where I'm like, I don't know if people fuck with me. So my thought process going out there is like, I fuck with me. I know what I stand for. I'm not going to let these weirdos change me. A year later comes back, change. No, I'm kidding. No, but I just went out there more like, I feel like, and I think what's great about being a comic, especially when you move out there, you have your own shit that you stand for. Like every comic represents, you know, you talk about what you talk about and you are who you are. So like the industry can't really penetrate that. I'm like, this is who I am. And if you don't fuck with me, I don't give a fuck. I'll just go on tour. And that's really like, I already lost everything in my life. I lost my full-time job, my 6 figures, all that shit. The greatest love of my life, because he didn't choose me to be his girlfriend. We can move on. That's not what the topic is about. But anyways, he's sad now because I'm glowing up. But I'm going to LA with no expectations. Like,
God, that's interesting because a lot of people move for like a loved one or tons of expectations.
No.
You just went with no expectations.
I went with no expectations. A week within me being there, Netflix hit me up. They're like, we want you to do Netflix as a joke radio. I was like, God, did you want me to be out here? It was it was crazy. Yeah, but I'm not here to say that it's an easy move. I just think everything that I worked on in New York is really paying off for me to have like something to stand on when I go to LA. I'm still like figuring that shit out. I was subletting, so that's how I started.
Yeah.
One of my and again, it's like everything just aligned for me. One of my very close friends, she was coming to New York for 2 months.
Yeah.
So I subletted her place.
Oh, perfect.
So and my best friend lives out there, so I'm not like. You really do need a community out there.
But you have your comedy community,
yeah,
so it's a little different. But are you making newer comedy friends?
I don't want to make friends. People are weird. I got the friends that I got, and if I really...
I don't want to make friends.
I don't want to make no friends because these people are weird, Meka. Like,
LA people, they be doing what? Goat yoga?
Goat yoga?
I don't know. White people be doing crazy stuff in LA.
I have my friends. I have people that are... Yeah, I have people...
You know, the black people are too black and the white people are too white. You ever notice that?
It's just
too much. The Mexicans are so Mexican.
I always say, like, whatever your hobby... Yo...
It's true. Everyone, you know, in New York, we're all a little like whatever. Over there, everyone's very much what they are.
And I don't like that. It's giving segregated a little bit.
I don't like the segregation. Like, it's like why is it so whatever this neighborhood is?
The shows be very like. I feel like LA.
Oh, it's not mixed.
Some of them do, but like it's kind of like performative. Like I feel like LA is very like performative, like inclusivity.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. But I feel like whatever your hobby is in LA gets exacerbated. So like, I don't know if that makes sense. So it's like, that's why everybody from whatever community they are, it's like super
It's like the black people was acting mad black. They was like, I was like, it ain't no need to be that black. Come on now.
Well.
And the white people were just like, oh, so white, hang ten. I'm like, they're so white. I'm not used to white people that white.
I feel like, right?
It's like right. And the Mexicans was being, it was too much.
And it feels very like, I feel like I said, I understand why Latinos get excluded because we don't fit into like, other Caribbean, South America, we don't fit into like, that culture a little bit.
Got it.
But I'm learning. I'm like, if I'm going to be here, let me figure the culture out, you know?
Got it. Has anything been hard adjusting or like
Financially.
Oh, is it more expensive than here?
I feel like I was spending, it ends up adding up. Like when I was spending here for like $70 to get to a club, now it's like that's my funds to get around.
Got it.
It's just adjusting to like everybody wanting to hang out and everybody want like this pressure. Like I feel like in New York, if you cancel, it's like, bitch, I'll see you whenever. But over there,
I'll see you when I see you.
If you cancel, there goes the end of that friendship or opportunity.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's
Why is it like that over there?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out, Meka.
Oh, God. Also, like, you can't, one thing I hate about LA, they have so much traffic, so you gotta pick a neighborhood.
Right, I gotta pick a person. I'm like, if I don't fuck with you, I'm not coming out.
Because in New York, you can just see people organically, like, whatever.
Yeah, but over there, everything is so separated.
Oh, I hate that.
It's crazy. But I will say what I do like is I feel like I have more time now. So part of the issue I was having in New York was like I was up all the time, but I never got time to like actually just be a creative. Which I feel like people move over here to do that. It's whatever. My brain works backwards.
You don't have time to be creative in New York.
Yeah.
You gotta grind.
So I move out there. I just be like, I'll just lie to people. I'm like, I'm not here this weekend, and I just work on my shit.
Oh, that's really cute. How's been like adjusting to like? So you already kind of have a community. You're not trying to make friends. What about dating?
I don't want to date either. Oh my God.
Okay, so we're not doing anything.
I'm just really like in the. I think I lost so much time when I was in my 3-year situationship.
Okay, yeah.
That now I just really want to get back to focusing on my shit.
Okay.
And I lost so much because I was giving him so much emotional labor and I was prioritizing this non-relationship.
Yeah.
That I don't move like that. Like I always like I got my shows. I'm always up. I was like saying no to stuff and like moving real slow. And I'm like, I gotta get my time back. You know?
Got it. So okay, got it. So the dating,
I'm open to dating, but I've also heard it's been weird out there. I had one date and he like didn't show up. He was drunk.
Oh no, that's no. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so dating, we're not doing it. Yeah. And then, but career-wise, it sounds like it's been
going
good.
Great. Like,
well, that's good. That's the reason to move, right?
One of my Osama was like, some people move to LA and he was like, some people move and plummet, but he's like, you're rising, and
Osama's hilarious.
Yeah, he's so funny and. To have his blessing a little bit, to be like, I see you, it feels good.
It seems like you've been doing a great job. We were there, we were at the Comedy Store, it was super, super fun. Yeah. So what other things in terms of moving? So when I moved, I had a problem like, around food and comfortability. I don't like new areas. Yeah. Like there's something about new areas that freak me out. Also, LA, people think New York City is dangerous. LA is way more violent.
So that Citizen app be buzzing.
It really do. There's a lot of snitches out there. And those homeless people is crazy.
Yeah, I got chased by one. Yeah.
See, they don't be doing that out here.
They don't have no boundaries, but I just stay in the house. Like, I don't be leaving like that. But I'm also
stay
like in a very, like, I just want to get my life together. So, like, I feel like I really went out there to work on this podcast. And, like, really organize myself and ask myself, like, what do I want to do in my set? Like, what do I want to...
So you've been very intentional about your move. And also... what I think is important that you're doing is you're putting it on yourself. A lot of people, they move for a guy or for a job or for a thing, so they put all their self into this thing, and it really doesn't reap any rewards for them. But you move with like a plan to be intentional for yourself. That's really great.
Yeah, I just wanted to work. I just want to work on myself. I did a mushroom trip already.
Really nice. That's very LA.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Are you gonna be? What do they call it? California sober? They do that.
What does that mean?
So it means that you don't drink, but you do mushrooms.
No, I'm drinking.
Okay, so you're just doing everything.
We're comedians. We got to drink at the shows.
No, that's true. And we get paid in drinks.
Yeah, that's literally the only way we get paid.
He's like, okay. So I totally get that. So do you have any tips for other people moving?
I think we should try it once. Like, I feel like it's helped my set so much because I feel like when...
Oh, because you get those jokes.
Yeah, because in New York, I feel like I think a lot of people come... I'm a New Yorker. So I feel like there are comics that live in New York and they're actual New Yorkers.
Like, I'm a New Yorker too. So, like, I can't shake it. Yeah,
so I feel like when you're a New Yorker, a lot of your set is around like, hey, I'm a New Yorker. And you talk about things from that vantage point. And you forget the rest of America is not like New York.
They don't understand.
It's very like Rite Aid, Wegmans. They don't have anything going on. And Target, that's really what they have over there. No, I'm saying like we have a lot of culture and like busyness over here. Yeah. Everywhere outside of New York and maybe like minus like the bigger states, whatever. Like even LA, I just feel like it's
LA is very America.
Yeah,
it's very Americana.
Yeah, it's very mall, you know.
Yeah, it's giving Susie.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I moved out there, I was like, oh my God, like they're not gonna understand my Dykeman jokes. I have to make everything more from like the vantage point. It depends what kind of comic you want to be, but I want to be like a big comedian.
Yeah.
And so I have to make it more American oriented. So like I started talking about global entry and airplanes.
Global entry,
yeah, things that everybody in America can relate to.
No,
not
that's
just
true.
taking the train uptown and being for a last. Like they need to see it more from like their vantage point, which is helpful as a comic. I'm like, let me see the through lines. Let me see the bigger picture. So I've been looking at things like that.
So it's really helped your comedy. Yeah. Anything else?
And it's helped my audition. So like I think I did comedy, like I do everything backwards. I make a mess and then I clean it up after.
Okay.
So people don't understand that, like, why are you doing all these things? I'm like, I don't know. This is the way I work. I make messes and then I clean them up. So now I'm going back to my 5-minute set. Like I'm really going. I know. I should have done that before I got into comedy.
No, but 5 minutes the 5 minutes is tough.
But it's 5 minutes getting ready for audition. So I've been auditioning more in LA, and I noticed, like, if you notice everyone that came to my show on Monday was like, your comedy is, like, not to be offensive, much better because I'm getting straight to the point. Instead of like lollygagging and being like all funny and cute, they want to get to the point. And in the audition process, when I've been auditioning for shit, I understand now, like, okay, I need to get to like more succinct things because it's just get to the point, bitch. So that has been helpful, especially because I didn't get a lot of stage time in LA. So when I get stage time, I'm like, I gotta be funny. I gotta do my top jokes.
That's true. So it's helped your comedy, your career really drastically. What about just moving in general? Any tips for anyone? Just like
look, don't be trying to find no friends to help you. Just do U-Haul. Make sure U-Haul sponsor this episode because moving is hard. Every time you try to save money, it ends up being the same amount. Just get a U-Haul. And get people to pay for that shit to get moved. Like, figure that shit out. You just have money saved up or coming in because it's very expensive. I try to like save money by like different ways. You're gonna spend a lot of money. So just save money. But what I was going to say, it also helped my relationship with my friends and family in New York because now they're like, oh, she's here for the weekend. Let's meet up. Versus like, oh, I'll see you whenever. So now like I'm able to, spend time with my family in a different kind of way. Yeah. Like everything is much more intentional because my schedule has changed.
Got it. I got it.
Pay a U-Haul. Like U-Haul works in every single state. What else?
It really does.
Yeah. When you move, make sure you throw shit out. Like you don't need to keep all that shit. Like throw shit out.
I like that. Yeah. That's great advice. I like to throw shit out.
Honestly, I always say I'm gonna like just the apartment you're gonna move into. Just make up do some research because you're probably gonna be there for a while. So like I moved into an apartment I didn't really like, and I was like I made a bad choice. Yeah. So I just do some research and like if you're gonna move to LA, move near your friends. But not too close, because then you're going to, like, not get shit done.
No, that makes sense. That's great advice, Glorelys.
I am a fucking good person. Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy about this journey and you moving to LA and providing our guests with, just thoughts around that. I would love to hear, so you moved to LA, and this is We're Done Here pod. So at the end of every podcast, we talk about something that you're not done with or that you are over. Like, you can give us a little closing thought in terms of, like, what are you really into right now, or what do you like just like over?
I'm over. This is gonna sound very general, but like proving myself to people. Like, bitch, if you don't think I'm your friend, then don't fucking be my friend. I'm in the middle of a friendship argument right now, so it's like, bitch, I'm over that.
I saw your TikTok today talking about like. What did you say? That was good advice.
When you are going through a friendship argument, you don't gotta break up. Just take a year off. And then be like, bitch, I miss you. Like, I'm over.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm over arguments. I'm done with that. We're done with arguments. Like, I understand that sometimes, like, I'm not always perfect, but I've worked a lot on myself. So it's like, I'm over miscommunication. If you don't get my personality, and that's something that I'm really scared about in LA, they have very specific ways of being.
They have weird personalities.
Like, if you don't get my personality, I promise you, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to be fine.
But also, they're mad fake, and they love a New Yorker just because, like, I don't know. We're so authentic.
All the feedback I get is like, this is great. This is refreshing. I'm like, me being myself. They love it.
They're weird.
What are you done with?
What I'm done with? I usually don't. Well, yeah, that's true. I do. I usually say what I'm not done with.
What are you not done with?
So what am I not done with? So I just got finished watching Loki on Disney Plus, and honestly, I'm not done. So people are really done with the MCU right now, Marvel Cinema Universe, for those who don't know. I am not done with the MCU yet. Okay. I really do think, like, if I watch Loki, it's about time travel and stuff.
Is it the movie that just came that flopped?
It's not a movie. No, that's Marvel. This is on Disney Plus. It's a show. Sorry. Look, if you watch it, it was, like, pretty good. And, like, honestly, I'm not done with the MCU. I'm not done with the multiverse. Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm done with my ex. Don't call me.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm done with a lot. I just want to be happy, Meka.
I'm so happy for you, and I think you're having an amazing time in LA.
Thank you. And I hope you come visit me.
I will. I'll be back there next year, unfortunately, because we have to go.
Just come every couple months.
I don't have the miles. Whoever pays for my trip, I'll go.
I'm done.
But thank you so much, Glorelys.
Thank you for having me. And make sure you go. We have a show later tonight called Friendsgiving at the Comedy Shop.
Yes, and this has been another episode of We're Done Here, Pod. Thank you so much.
We're done.